What's up guys, welcome to another FIFA Ultimate Team video, and today I'll be claiming my level 15 Season 8 reward. We got the choice of 3 players to choose from, the first one being Morales, who is a 90 rated striker. Then we got Andre Gomes, who is a 91 rated central midfielder, before finally Tete, who is a 92 rated right back. So what we're going to do today is look at each of these guys' individual game stats. Then we're going to see what chem style works best with them before I finally choose one of them to join my squad. So let's start off with Morales and have a look at his work rates. He has the high attack with the medium defense work rate, which is fine for a striker in my opinion. Skill moves of 4 stars and weak foot of 4 stars is nice to see. In terms of his attributes, he's got very nice pace for a striker with the acceleration of 95 and sprint speed of 98. His shooting stats are pretty well balanced across the board and quite high too, with the attack positioning of 93, finishing of 92, shot power of 87, long shots of 90, volleys of 85 and penalties of 86. In terms of his passing stats, they're not the worst, but they're not the best either, but pretty well balanced across the board here too, with the vision of 85, crossing of 88, free kick accuracy of 80, short pass of 87, long pass of 76 and curve of 91. In terms of his dribbling stats, he's pretty damn good across the board here, with the exception of agility, which may need a bit of work. So the agility has an 87, balance and reactions are both at 92, ball control of a 93, dribbling of a 98 and composure of a 95. In terms of his defensive stats, he's not bad, but it's not something we're going to look into too much, so we'll skip past those. In terms of his physicals, his aggression of 67 is not the best, his strength of 77 is okay, stamina of 95 is very nice, and his jumping of 70 is not the best either. In terms of traits, he does contain the finesse shot trait and outside the foot shot trait, which is very nice to see, as well as the team player trait. Generally speaking, I actually like the look of this guy. I think he has a lot to offer, especially now within the current climax of the game. So it's good to see a card that has relative usability as and when you need him for objectives and stuff. Now, if we're going to have a look and go on to Footbin and see what the best chem style is to use with this particular player, and I think to start off with, he would be good with a sniper. The main reason for the sniper is just to increase his agility, but also get some of his shooting stats up as well. So as you can see from a +10 chemistry position, his positioning goes up to a 98, with finishing and penalties both maxing out to 99s, and his volleys goes up to a 95. In terms of those dribbling stats, his agility, balance and reactions all go up to 97s. His ball control becomes a 98, with dribbling and composure both maxing out to 99s. In terms of another chemistry style I'd recommend for this player is a marksman. The main reason here is just to give him those physical boosts. The main reason for the physical boost is just to make him a bit more dogged when he's either trying to get the ball or while he's holding the ball. So as you can see here, his positioning becomes a 98, his finishing and long shots both max out to 99s, his shot power becomes a 92, which is nice to see, his volleys becomes a 95 with penalties going to a 91. In terms of his dribbling stats, agility now becomes a 92 with reactions becoming a 97, ball control goes up to a 98 with dribbling now maxing out to a 99. And then finally in the physical stats, his jumping becomes an 80, his strength becomes an 82 with aggression going up to a 72. And then the final chem star I'd recommend for him is a maestro. The main reason I'm recommending a maestro is just to get him those boosts within his passing stats, because while they're okay, they could be better. So as you can see here in the +10 chemistry position, positioning goes up to a 98, shot power becomes a 97, long shots becomes a 99 with volleys becoming a 90. In terms of those passing stats, visions become a 90, free kick accuracy becomes a 90, short passing becomes a 97 and long passing becomes an 81. And then finally in his dribbling attributes, agility becomes a 92, reactions become a 97, ball control becomes a 98 with dribbling maxing out to a 99. Overall, I do actually like the look of this card. He is certainly usable within game, however there are a lot better cards already out there, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now let's have a look at Andre Gomes, the 91 rated central midfielder, and start off with his work rates. He has the medium attack and medium defense work rates, which is not really the best for a midfielder. You're either looking for like a high or at least a high in one of the categories compared to a medium or low in the other. So that is a disappointing start. However, skill moves and weak foot both at 4 stars is nice to see. In terms of his pace, it's okay for a central midfielder for where we are now within the game, with the acceleration of 82 and sprint speed of 87. In terms of his shooting stats, he's pretty good, with the attack positioning of 91, finishing of 83, shot power of 99, long shots of 90, volleys of 85, and his penalties are a little bit weaker at 68. In terms of his passing stats, he's pretty good where he needs to be, which is good to see, with the vision of 91, crossing of 73, free kick accuracy 75, short pass of 94, long pass of 92, and curve of 91. In terms of his dribbling stats, I like the look of reactions of 90, the ball control of 95, the dribbling of 96, and the composure of 97. However, his balance of 74 and agility of 76 are pretty low for where we are now, especially with other midfielders within the game. In terms of his defensive stats, these are okay, with the interceptions of 88, heading accuracy of 81, defensive awareness of 86, stand tackle of 87, and slide tackle of 78. And then finally, he's got some decent physicals, barring jumping, which is a 67. His stamina of 87 is okay, but not the best for a central midfielder. His strength of 94 is good, and the aggression of 92 is good to see as well. In terms of traits, he doesn't contain any traits whatsoever, apart from a CPU one, which we don't really care about. Looking at him, he looked like he would be a very good CDM, but overall this Gomes card just isn't there in terms of what's already available. He's not going to make any jumping strides in order to make your team better. However, if you did decide to pick this guy, let's see what kind of chem styles are going to work best for him. So let's just go over and check out Andre Gomes, and I think the first chem style I'm going to be recommending is an anchor. I really do see him more of a CDM within the pitch compared to anything else. So as you can see here in the plus 10 chemistry position, his acceleration goes up to an 87, with that sprint speed becoming a 92. In terms of his defensive stats, interceptions go up to a 93, with heading accuracy becoming a 91. Defensive awareness becomes a 96, with that standing tackle becoming a 97, and then his slide tackle is an 88. In terms of those physicals, his aggression and strength will both max out to 99s, with jumping getting a minor boost, bringing it up to a 77. The next chemistry style is going to be a shadow that I'll be recommending. Again, this is with the sole focus of him becoming a better CDM. So as you can see, his acceleration and sprint speed both go up to 97s, which is nice to see. His defensive stats also get nice bumps as well, with interceptions becoming a 98, heading accuracy going to an 86, his defensive awareness becoming a 96, and his standing tackle becoming a 92, before finally his sliding tackle goes up to a 93 as well. In terms of other chem styles, I don't really think anything else is going to work too well with him. And generally speaking, I think there are a lot better cards than this particular Gomes card, so I'm not really too keen on actually picking him up. Now finally, let's check out Tete and see exactly what he has to offer, and start off with his work rates. He's got the medium attack with the high defensive work rate, which I do actually like. Skill moves of 3 stars and weak foot of 3 stars is not the best. However, given he is a right back, I'm not too concerned about that. In terms of his attributes, he's got good pace with the acceleration of 91 and sprint speed of 98. In terms of his shooting stats, he's by far not the best, so we'll skip past those. In terms of his passing stats, I like his short pass of 96, his long pass of 84 is okay, and his crossing of 94 is good as well. However, his vision is a little lacking at a 79, his curve isn't the best either with a 71, and he certainly is no free kick taker with just a 44. In terms of his dribbling stats, I like these a lot, with the agility of 88, balance of 99, reactions of 97, ball control of 93, dribbling of 88, and composure of 96. In terms of his defensive stats as well, he is very good here, with the interceptions of 89, heading accuracy of 88, defensive awareness of 91, stand tackle of 96, and slide tackle of 98. And then finally, in terms of his physicals, again, very good physicals across the board here, with the aggression of 95, strength of 90, stamina of 92, and jumping of 92 as well. In terms of traits, unfortunately, he doesn't contain any, but overall, I do like the look of this card. He looks like he's got some strong stats in areas that you do need, and probably could be a usable card within the game. So let's go and check out Footbin and see what kind of chem styles will work best with this particular card. The first chem star I think I would recommend for him is going to be an anchor. The main reason for the anchor is just to bring home the increase in that pace, and also boost up the defensive stats as well as his physicals as well, making him a real monster as a right back. So as you can see here in the plus 10 chemistry position, his acceleration becomes a 96 with sprint speed maxing out to a 99. In terms of his defensive stats, interceptions become a 94, heading accuracy becomes a 98, defensive awareness, standing tackle and slide tackle all max out to 99s. In terms of his physicals, his jumping and aggression both max out to 99, with strength now becoming at a 95, which I think is a phenomenal right back as shown here with a 96 rated. The next chem style I probably recommend is going to be a backbone. The main reason for the backbone is to iron out the issues that he currently has with his passing. It also gives him good physical boosts and defensive boosts as well. He already has the reasonable pace and his dribbling stats are pretty good as they are at the moment. So as you can see here, in terms of his passing stats, his vision goes up to an 84, his crossing and short passing both max out to 99s, his long passing becomes an 89 with his curve now going up to a 76. In terms of his physicals, the strength goes up to a 95 with jumping becoming a 97, and then finally in terms of those defensive stats, interception becomes a 94, heading actually goes up to a 93, and defensive awareness, stand tackle and sliding tackle all max out to 99s, which is very nice indeed. The final chem style I'd recommend for this Tete is going to be a Guardian. The only reason I'd recommend the Guardian is just to make him a bit more agile while he's on or off the ball, which means he'll be quicker in the turn, meaning he'll catch up to a lot faster wingers, possibly a little bit quicker by having that extra additional agility. So as you can see here in the plus 10 chemistry position, his agility goes up to a 98, which is very nice indeed. His ball control becomes a 99 along with composure as well, and his dribbling goes up to a 93. In terms of his defensive stats, interceptions, defensive awareness, standing tackle and slide tackle all max out to 99s, with his heading accuracy moving up to a 93. Also, I have to admit, this Tete card does seem to be the most usable out of these cards, it must be said. But given that, is that going to influence my decision in terms of who I'm going to pick? Overall, these 3 players could be used within game. However, there are a lot better players out there, and that is going to figure into my decision. So therefore, I will be picking Tete. The main reason for Tete is because 1, he is the highest rated player here, and if I do decide to use him as an SBC fodder, he will definitely help bring down the rating of certain other players that I would have to put into an SBC. And generally speaking, he's actually a very good right back, and while I do like the look of Morales and possibly might have chosen him, I just think Tete overall is just a better player and more usable player within this game. So therefore, Tete is joining my squad. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Please leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of these 3 players. Let me know what chem stars you think works best with these 3 players. And also let me know who you picked. I'll be interested to know. But until next time, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you guys out. Laters.